Hello everyone, welcome back to comment that. I was just looking at Twitter just a moment ago, and I saw something, and it's actually regarding this video that I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so you can catch it on Dan Barely MT, and it's also across Twitter, and I think there's also a YouTube link. So this Mr. Dan Bailey, so he put this video very proudly on his Instagram, and then he says, "It's not every day you get to tell someone they're the worst person in the world," and really meant it. What an asshole! This man has killed more people with vaccine misinformation. He has supported extreme racism. He is a fascist, and he does more to rip this country apart than anyone that calls themselves an American. Hashtag Tucker Carlson. Stay out of Montana. Democracy will prevail. Trump lost. And then he, of course, made a point to tag Murdow Show. Of course, right? The most balanced and fair and accurate show on earth. So anyway, so this video went round because the people who hates Trump, hates Tucker Carlson, when they don't share their political views, of course they will happily share and comment. You see, I couldn't love this more. Living a dream. Nice work, Dan. Awesome job, dude. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, strong work. Amazing job. Thank you from Bozeman, Dan. Dan, you're a national hero, and so on and so forth. As you can see, being an asshole is never a good thing, to be honest. So I'm not sure why the people are praising. I mean, if Tucker Carlson is a black guy, this will be racism, right? This will be white supremacy. So anyway, so usually this kind of video won't catch my attention, but this did. So J-Law at Uper Mama, he wrote this tweet. Okay, this is kind of weird. So he screenshot Occupy Democrat. I think this is a tweet. A flying fish guy just confronted Tucker Carlson to his face, telling him, "You're the worst human being known to mankind. I want you to know that. Let's make this go viral." And of course, it went viral. And then it's not every day. So this is the screenshot of the tweet that you saw, which I just shown you. And then this hashtag. This screenshot is a crop out from a website, and show Dan Bailey is a board member. And he said Dan began his work in Mongolia during the summer, blah, 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 but he underlined Asia Foundations. And then, of course, nobody will read the rest of the text, right? Because we only read what they want us to read. And then we go to this screenshot of another web page, which it looks legit, like a government website. Memorandum from the CIA to the 303 committee. So 1966. So this is a very old piece or paper. So subject is the Asia Foundation. So proposed improvement in funding procedure. So the Asia Foundation, TAF, TAF, a Central Intelligence Agency proprietary, was established in 1954 to undertake cultural and educational activities on behalf of the United States government in ways not open to official US agencies. So what they're trying to do, and of course I promptly retweeted this because this is in the reaction of what they want us, or at least this tweet want us to think. So on my tweet, I say, CIA agency tailing Tucker Carlson, or at least this is what people are sharing and talking about. And of course, first-hand information, not third-hand information. I promptly just retweet and ask this valid question. But of course, lately there's not a lot of conspiracy for me to talk about, and this seems like one, right? So I went to dig into it. And first, let's take a look. The Asia Foundation. So this is a legit website, the legit organization. They exist in my country as well. And so let's see what they do. So they do a lot of things. Book for Asia, conflict and fragility, developmental and effectiveness. This is not English, man. What is that supposed to mean? So the 8 ecosystem, so blah blah blah, respected blah blah blah, whatever. Anyway, this is what we call influence operation, and China have this too. So of course US have this, and this is probably only one of the multitude of different agencies and organizations that are doing this work, where we work. Let's program snapshot. Let's see what they do. So they provide free digital tools to aid community organizations in conflict prevention. Okay, to combat hate and violence and conflict within and beyond their network. Okay. Earth Day, seeing climate change, blah blah, community awareness, gender-based violence in Cambodia. Second, Mekong Australia, the policy dialogue, energy electricity futures, blah blah blah. So looks scholarship for girls in Cambodia, not bad. Looks like a legit organization, which more or less doing largely good things. I don't really see negative things, other than it's obviously influence agency to help to improve the standing of USA within those in Asia in general. So remember this tweet. Let's go back to just now the tweet. Board member. So I was like, board member. So I went to look into the board members of the Asia Foundation, because it would be shocking, to have someone that is a board member of a prestigious organization to be ranting at a national hero for half of USA, which the other half claims that this Mr. Dan is the national hero. And when I gone through, there is no such this person here, and that's weird. So where did this taken from, right? So before that, I decided to at least fact check the link to CIA. So I typed the exact thing that was shown here. So memorandum, and CIA and Asia Foundation. So 1966, sorry, and then I found the link, which then brought me to this, which is exactly the page that was showing. So the Office of the Historian. So this is the department, the Office of the Department of State of the USA, and then so it is a 1966 piece, and then they talk about the history of the Asia Foundation, which is actually a CIA proprietary, which is sort of disturbing, because it can be under State Department, or it can be under any other department, but under the CIA, of course, then people is going to be suspicious. That's for granted, right? So and they put it quite clearly that they are supposed to undertake cultural and educational activities on behalf of the U.S. government in ways not open to official U.S. agencies. Okay, so it is sort of weird. This is okay, but the U.S. government can't get through. Anyway, so at least we can establish that the Asia foundations have direct links to the CIA. So that part is true. So you can also find the Asia Foundation on the Wikipedia. It's a non-profit committed to improving life across Asia. Established 1954, cultural education, exactly as what it says. That's not open, which is exactly what was written. It was founded in 1951 as a CIA operation. So the predecessor is actually Committee for Free Asia. So it is no longer affiliated with the CIA, and then it was changed to the Asia Foundation, which is a contradiction to this part where they say that it's a proprietary of the CIA. So no longer affiliated. Usually it's quite impossible. Usually you do not give up assets so easily, and especially useful ones. So digging a bit further, there are people who are looking into the Asia Foundation. This is from 2017, MuckRock.com. So they dig into the Asia Foundation, saying that on the surface it's a private non-profit, but in reality it was created by CIA. So the TAF has engaged in a decade-long campaign to misrepresent its origin, purpose, and funding. It's a propaganda machine. Thus, I said it's an influence operation, and a front for covert activities include psychological warfare. Is it useful? Actually, I'm not sure. Usually, I'm not too sure. Usually, because how you influence, you want to influence the people in power, lesser than the public. Because the people in power is the ones that actually make the decisions that will be tangible to the interests of the USA. So it's just like if you look at the situation in Myanmar now, it does not matter what the people think, because the people who actually runs the country is the military now. Yes, of course it's violence, but effective control is still under the military. So usually influence operations, like you can go through the Asia Foundation, and then you can through maybe fundings through the foundation to give to other people, other organizations within the country, and then you can gain favors, and then can gain connections to people with means and with power, and then you can influence them. So they say effectively erase the first few years of its history, misled the public about its sources of funding, which is kind of weird because the historian website actually just write it blankly. But of course, if you don't dig, if you dig into this their own website, of course you can't really tell. Well, if you look at the history, did they mention CIA? No, it does not even mention the US government. So that part is true. So let's see what else they say, because I haven't read through this article, so we are actually reading it together at the same time, but I'm not going to read through. I guess I'm just going to scan through and see is there any important information that's relevant to what we are looking at today, and see what is the purpose of TAF, and whether it have any link to the civil war currently happening in USA, and this tailing and or at least alleged tailing of Tucker Carlson by a alleged CIA agent. So this that all the history is not important for what we're talking about now. So what I'm more concerned of is today. None of the allegation appears to have argued that he has directly or wittingly funded, though both were the case. So I can more or less confirm that at least the Asia Foundation is probably a CIA thing. And then I find more websites which rather meaningless. I find this actually to double confirm, or at least to find whether there's this Dan guy appear. He doesn't, so it's a meaningless webpage. And then I tried to search this Dan Bailey name. That happened to be an American footballer in 1988. And he doesn't seem to have a huge presence online. I can say that. But then this name just dig out all this, the Tucker Carlson, this confrontation. And then people started to ask, who is this guy, man? So this guy. So this is his Instagram page. He's all about wild animals and fish and the outdoors. Looks like a nice guy, which is kind of weird because usually very outdoorsy people tend to be Republicans. I doubt he actually watches Tucker Carlson. So because Tucker Carlson, for most part, I don't think everything bad. For most part, he talks a lot of sense, at least from the snippets of videos that I saw. I really don't think he actually know what he's talking about by calling someone a fascist, or saying that he's the cause of COVID death. So finally I found where this came from. So he's a board member not of the Asia Foundation, but he's the board member of this Timon fund. So Timon, I think, is a kind of fish, if I'm not wrong. Why Timon? Let's see why Timon. Okay, so this is exactly the part. And then Bailey began his work in Mongolia of summer 2007 as a river ecologist, working on the Asia Foundation's Securing Our Future project. So he's an ecologist, river ecologist, working on a project by the Asia Foundation. He's not exactly Asia Foundation per se, but it seems like a long project. So there's a mention of his first few seasons, performed numerous river assessments across Mongolia with a team of Mongolian and American scientists. If you ask then the real reason behind his trip to Mongolia, it was a chance at the elusive Timon. So probably that's the fish. At first I thought it was the camels behind. So I saw a photo of Timon when I was folding it, and I knew that from that forward, I could catch one of these beautiful fish. Following his work on the Asia Foundation, Dan began guiding on the Delgamoron, where the perilous situation that confronts Timon in Mongolia was experienced firsthand. As a result, he started working on a project that is intended to inform foreign anglers about Timon conservation and protection. So this project was the foundation for the master's degrees from the University of Montana, which then completed in 2013. So this guy is probably around my age, near 40. He was doing this for a master's degree, and then it was a project that happened to be sponsored by the Asia Foundation, which he have a chance to go and catch some Timon. So his job was to assess the river, but while at the same time he tried to catch Timon, and now he wants to teach people about conserving Timon. So why Timon? The website is broken. And then Timon. So it's a kind of fish. Yep, it's a kind of fish. So it's weird that he saw this and he's, I gotta catch this fish someday. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's a huge fish. Okay, so from what I can gather, so you can see what's about Timon Fund about. It's dedicated to the conservation of wild Timon in Mongolia. So and then it had a broken website with a lot of broken links with 815 likes, which nobody, that means most people don't really care about Taiwan actually. So do you realistically think that he's a CIA agent, or he's tailing Tucker Carlson for the CIA? In terms of profile, he's low profile enough to actually do this job, but as an agent, I don't think you would get so emotionally involved to actually, you know, be on camera to rant at your target. So no, I don't think he's a CIA agent, and I don't even think he's a employee or, you know, agent of the Asia Foundation as well. So because looking at his profile, doing river assessment for the Asia Foundation is a huge distance from, you know, becoming a undercover agent or something to tail internal political target. So, and there's a lot of ways you can actually, you know, investigate, you know, Tucker Carlson. Like you look at the latest Pegasus hacking thingy, which I'll probably cover someday once I understand enough. There's a lot of ways that someone can track you. So coming back to Dan Bailey, sorry, I don't think it's an awesome job. I think you're very wrong. I think he's not the Tucker Carlson is not the worst person in the world. Apparently haven't met a lot of people if you think that he's the worst. So he don't kill people with vaccine misinformation, because people still die regardless what the CDC says, right? So, and he probably also don't understand what the meaning of fascist is. So other than that, Dan Bailey is innocent. He's not a CIA agent. So take whatever you want from this information, and I'll see you soon. And oh, wait. Please help me to press the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize the channel. Thank you so much.